You pass under the arch where two brass-gilded conical towers gleam like gold and enter the marketplace crowded with squabbling merchants. Exotic carpets, brightly colored material, and all manner of foods are being bought, sold, and haggled over. The north side of the marketplace is devoted to the auction of Dagos. The sleek but noisy desert beasts are being paraded for the benefit of the bidders around a paddock adjoining the stables. Just past the stables, a street vanishes into the carpet weaver's quarter of Ikarish. If you wish to investigate the stables, if you wish to ask one of the merchants if they know where Tipasa lives, if you wish to leave the marketplace. Yes, I want to ask where Tipasa lives. A small, heavy-set merchant is hawking his wares from a stall set close to the archway. His small, beady eyes twinkle from beneath a ridiculously outsized turban. As you approach, he launches himself at you, desperately trying to, with a flood of wild claims, to persuade you to buy his obviously inferior goods. He looks surprised when you interrupt him with your question. Tipasa, he answers. Yes, I know where he lives. He holds up a gaudy waistcoat of pink and orange sackcloth and offers it to you. It would make a worthy gift for your esteemed friend, he suggests, his eyes continually glancing at your belt pouch. Only 5 gold crowns, master. Is he trying to con me? Ah, that sucks. Ugh. Alright, fine. If you wish to buy the waistcoat, yeah, fine. There goes my 5 gold. Ah, I know I've got plenty of money, but that just... I don't like being conned. I think I'd rather beat it out of them. Alright. The merchant's face beams with joy as he pockets your gold. Deduct this from your action chart. I already did. The first alley on the left past the stables, he says. He lives in a house with a blue door. You hurry across the crowded marketplace towards the stables and enter the street beyond. As you turn into the rubbish-strewn alley, you see the blue door facing you at the end of the passage. Well, I suppose it was worth it for the money, yes? There is no reply to your first knock. You are about to knock again when the door opens a few inches and the red-rimmed eyes of an old woman stare out from the darkness. "Baindon!" she exclaims, her voice hoarse and shaky. "Thank the gods it's you!" She ushers you both inside and locks the door. The house is sparsely furnished, and what little is there is either damaged or broken. "They've taken him, Baindon. They've taken my husband. The men with the faces of the dead. 10 days ago they came like shadows in the night." She breaks down, her frail body racked by sobs. Baindon comforts her as best he can, but you sense he shares her bitter loss. The Drakarim have taken Tipasa. Of that there is little doubt. By now they will have made him tell everything he knows about the tomb of the Mahan. "We will find him, I promise," says Baindon, wiping tears from the old woman's face. "But you must try and help us if you can. Tipasa has always kept a diary of his travels. Do you have it still?" A flicker of hope shines in the old woman's eyes. "Yes, it is here. He told me to hide it when the evil men came for him." She kneels at an empty fireplace and pries open a loose brick from the chimney. A leather-bound book drops from its hiding place into her hand. She gives it to Baindon, who studies the yellow pages, his face lined in thought. You notice that the book is full of cryptic symbols, numbers, and pictograms. "They are drawn by the night star," says Baindon, tracing his finger along the astronomical drawings. "They hold the secret, I know, but without my star charts we cannot hope to find the tomb. We must return to the Skyrider at first light. There I shall be able to make sense of this book." Alright. Alright. You have little sleep that night as you lie thinking about the quest that lies before you. Haunted by the fear the Dark Lords may have already found the Book of the Magnakai. You rise before dawn and breakfast on a meal of sheep's butter and dried milk cake sounds delicious. Before bidding farewell to Tipasa's wife. The trek back to the Skyrider passes uneventfully, and by noon you have reached the rocky crag where the craft is moored. Norlim is the first to greet you, but he cannot hide his disappointment that you have returned unaccompanied. Do not worry. The answers lie here," says Baindon, holding up Tipasa's diary. "Prepare to set sail." As the Skyrider rises into the clear blue sky, Baindon hands over the helm to Norlum and bids you follow him to his quarters at the prow. For 3 hours he pores over the charts, making calculations, checking instruments, reading, puzzling and puzzling and puzzling until his puzzler is sore. And racking his brain for the solution that will pinpoint to the tomb of the Mahan. It is no use, he says, tired and exasperated. I cannot fathom these numbers. As you peer at the pages of Tapas's diary, suddenly you realize that they are written in code. What Baindon has assumed to be positions of the stars is a code of 3 numbers that give the precise location of the tomb. Really? You found this out? Just by looking at it? Good lord, Lone Wolf, you are a badass. Oh, man. Consult the map to help you discover the location of the tomb of the Mahan. The first of the 3 numbers is equal to the number of oases on the trail between Ikarish and the cities of Vasagonia. The number of oases equal to the number... What? Okay. Number of oases on the trail between Ikarish and Beradudua. Okay, let's go to the map. So, Ikarish... Oh gosh, we gotta get bigger. Where's Ikarish? I can't see! It's so small! Okay, there's Ikarish. And where's Barabababababa? Where is Barabababababa? I can't see, it's so tiny. Oh, I think it's right there. Okay, so there's Ikarish. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3. Alright. Alright. The second number is equal to the number of cities in Vasagonia. Alright. So there are cities. Does that count small cities? Big cities? I think it's only things with flags. Yes? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, that doesn't have a flag, so I won't count that. So I think it's only the things with flags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So 6. The third is equal to the number of islands off the coast of Cape Kabar. Cape Kabar. Where's Cape Kabar? There's Cape Kabar. 3. So it's 363, I think? That's my guess? Let's see what the footnote says. Solve this puzzle, yes, yes, yes. Alright, so 363, I believe, is the correct place to go to. 363. No! I'm so wrong. How about... crap. Let's try 373, because maybe the cities are wrong? Yep, okay. So I was right. That first one was a city. I just didn't count it because, That's it! Exclaims Baindon, stabbing his finger at the map of the dry main that covers the chart table. 115 miles due west of Bir Rabadal. 115 miles due south of the oasis of Balalofin. He picks up a quill pen and marks the spot. The tomb of the Mahan. You study the map and ponder the miles of desolation separating you from your goal. Baindon notices your look of dismay and quickly tries to put your mind at ease. Fear not, Lone Wolf. We'll be there before dawn. You smile at his confidence, but it is not the actual journey that worries you. Your concern is that you may or may not find what you may or may not find upon your arrival. Dawn is breaking on the horizon of a low hill, blurred and dotted with small tufted trees. Swiftly, the Skyrider has voyaged through the night to arrive at the foothills of the Koneshi Mountains, in whose fields the skyship has safely tucked away from watchful eyes. 25 miles to the north, across the landscape of barren rock and dry brush, lies the tomb of the Mahan. You and Baindon set off before the dawn, anxious not to waste either time or the protective cover of darkness. Now, as the great golden disk of the sun rises in the sky, for the first time you can see your goal. A massive excavation has exposed the heart of the scorched land, delving deep around the tombs of the forgotten ancestors. Thousands of Gaks, spiteful and malicious, servants of the Dark Lords, labor unceasingly to remove rock and sand from this quarry, forced by Drakarum to drag their back-breaking loads up ramps to the rim of the crater. Close to the edge of the crater, an encampment of black tents surrounds the large domed canopy. Lying in the shade of this construction is a huge flying creature, an Imperial's land beast. Its presence here can mean only one thing. Dark Lord Hakken has arrived. The thought chills your blood, but you draw comfort from the labor of his slaves. That they continue to labor is a sign that their mission is yet to be completed. The Book of the Magnakai has not yet been found. It is impossible to approach the crater unseen. You will have to wait for darkness before you attempt to enter the tomb. During the long wait, it is agreed that Baindon should attempt to find Tapasa. It is likely that he is being held captive inside the encampment. The Dark Lords would unlikely kill him before discovering the treasure they seek. During the day, you must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. Oh, crap. I have no meal. Alright, fine. Let's lose the 3. I'll gain it right back through healing. I always do. Yeah, since I'm in the middle of the wasteland, I can't use my hunting discipline. I already figured that, so. As night falls, your desperate quest begins. The Gaks pose few problems that you cannot overcome with your warrior skills, for they have been overworked to the point of exhaustion. Only the Drakarum show any sign of vigilance, but even then they are less than a dozen patrolling the entire crater. Not until you reach the main entrance of the tomb do you encounter any real difficulty. As Drakar stands on guard, his cruel eyes glinting behind his twisted iron death mask. Occasionally, he diverts his attention from the watch to take a drink from a water flask. If you have the Kai discipline of mind over matter, I do! Yay! You focus your skills on a nearby spade, willing the spade handle to rattle against the wheelbarrow in which it rests. It only takes a few seconds for the vigilant Drakar sentry to leave his post to investigate the noise. By the time he returns, you are inside the tomb of the Mahan. Let's see. As far as the eye can see, a long, straight sandstone corridor slopes away into the distance. Torches crackle and sputter on the walls, illuminating the pictograms engraved in the yellow stone. At regular intervals, rough-edged slabs protrude from the main corridor. You stop to take a close look at one of these slabs and the floor beneath it, and come to a frightening conclusion. They are obviously traps, no doubt set off by the Gaks when they cleared this corridor of sand. Rather than instructing the Gaks to avoid them, the Dark Lords must have deliberately used their slaves to set them off. Once the traps have been sprung, the squashed bodies are cleared away and the slabs chiseled through to the next section. Pit traps in the floor seem to have been neutralized in the same way. Poor Gaks. Oh, well. Set off by the luckless Gaks, they would have been filled with the dead bodies and leveled off with sand. The thought of the heartless barbarity fills you with revulsion. Yuck. Alright, just over a mile along the corridor, you eventually arrive at a large stone door. The stone surround bears evidence of chisel work, but the door itself is rock solid. You notice a faint beam of light descending from the hole in the ceiling. It creates a small circular pool of light, a little to one side of a similar hole in the floor. In the wall near the door there is a triangular indentation no larger than a gold crown. Do you possess a prism or a blue stone triangle? Wait, I do have a blue stone triangle, but that's from like the 3rd book. Well, whatever. Sure. I'll use it. I do have it, so why not? You remove the blue stone triangle from around your neck and press it to the indentation in the wall. It is a perfect fit. You hear the sound of the stone grating on stone, and the door slowly opens to reveal a chamber. It is dimly lit, but you see that the thick dust on the marble floor is covered with innumerable footprints. As you enter, you catch sight of a rough stone throne, facing the wall on the far side of the chamber. Behind you, the stone door slides shut with unnerving speed. The throne begins to revolve. A terrible howling fills your ears, changing almost instantaneously to the growling of a harsh guttural language, the sound of which you have never heard before. The words and sounds the mouths of men could never be shaped to speak roll through the chamber like thunder. It is the Dark Tongue, spoken by Hakon, the Lord of Aranak, Dark Lord of Helgedad. He rises from the throne, the ghastly voice still echoing from his unnatural mouth. A spiked fist opens to reveal a glowing stone. Blue flame smolders on the surface, and you can feel the currents of power that rise from the core. Suddenly, his words change, and you hear the tongue you know well, summoning. "Look on your doom, Kai Lord." There is a deafening crack and a surge of power, and a fireball of blue flame hurtles toward your head. If you possess the Summer Sword, which I do, turn to page 311. Ha ha ha. Alright. You raise your golden sword just in time to deflect the bolt of raw energy. It screams from your blade and explodes into the chamber wall, gouging a hole several feet deep into the steel-hard rock. The impact of the Summer Sword, jars the Summer Sword from your hand. The blade arcs through the dust-choked air and embeds itself upright in the stone floor. You roll across the floor and take cover behind a pillar. Hang on, folks. We need some epic. There we go. Epic music. If you wish to retrieve the Summer Sword, of course I do. It's the only thing that can kill a Dark Lord. You run half-crouched towards the golden blade, grab the hilt, and continue at full speed towards the cover of another pillar. Suddenly, a burst of energy leaps from the Dark Lord's fist. Hang on. Music, not quite epic enough. There we go. Alright. A tremendous roar fills your ears as you are thrown backwards by the shock of the blast. Lose 3 endurance points. Hakon's laugh rises above the crash of falling stone until your head is filled with agonizing pain. If you possess the discipline of Mind Shield, yes I do, folks. I'm down to 29. And you guys debated so rigorously about which we should have Mind Shield or Mind Blast, and it looks like Mind Shield's going to help. Suddenly the pain subsides, but the onslaught has only just begun. A mist as black as the grave is seeping from Hakon's mouth. It creeps along his outstretched arms and settles like a cloud in the palm of his upturned hand. Whirling shadowy shapes draw into focus. Wings and tentacles spout and take form. A curse in the Dark Tongue shakes the whole chamber as a deadly flood of horror hurtles from his hand. Crypt Spawn 24, Endurance 40. Alright, did I get the Summer Sword? Hang on. I don't remember. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so I have the Summer Sword. Good. Alright, so we gotta fight this thing. It's got a combat skill of 24, an endurance of 40. An endurance of 40. Good God. Alright, so it's at 24. Its endurance is 40. Now oh crap, I have to go back because I have the Summer Sword now, which adds 8, so I'm at plus 14. That's right. So now I have a combat skill of 32. There we go. Yeah! Let's I don't care how much endurance you got. I'm still gonna kick your ass. Look at that. 32 to 24. Let's battle. Let's get it on. Down to 32. I'm down to 26. He's down to 21. I'm down to 24. Good God, he's killing me. He's down to 3. Okay, good. He's dead. And then I'm down to 24. Man, he got 2 really good hits in. Ouch. Alright. As you slay the last of the Crypt Spawn, Hakon reels back as if weakened by the death of his creatures. You raise the Summer Sword, willing the blade to discharge a bolt of power that will burn the evil Dark Lord from the face of Magnamund forever. The blade shimmers with golden fire, but no searing blast issues from its tip. Suddenly you realize what has happened. You are beneath the earth. There is no sun from which the sword can draw its power. And you have a picture of the Summer Sword right there. Hakon utters a terrible laugh that shakes the floor. A beam of blue flame is growing from the stone in his hand, forming a fiery blade that crackles and spits and cuts through the dust-choked air. The stench of death and decay fills your nostrils as the Dark Lord prepares to attack. His combat skill 28, endurance 25. If you possess the unless you possess the Kai discipline of Mind Shield, you must reduce your combat skill by 2 for the duration of the combat. Hang on, folks. I gotta go to another. There we go. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. This is the climactic clash between me and the Dark Lord Hakan. Endurance 45. Alright, we beat him in combat skill, but we have like half of his endurance. Let's do this. He's down to 36, I'm down to 22. He's down to 31, I'm down to 18. I'm down to 16, he's down to 23. Oh man, he's down to 7. That was a really good hit. He's down to 0! Ha ha! Killed him in 6 rounds. I still got 16 endurance points left. Take that, Dark Lord. I probably got him in the nuts too with that last blow, because ha ha. Alright. You examine the floor where the Dark Lord Hakan fell, but there are no signs of his body. The atmosphere is strangely calm and peaceful, as if the great evil shadow has been lifted. You turn and walk towards the throne where Hakan sat, waiting for you to appear. Beyond it lies a portal, an ancient inscription carved deep in blood-red stone. Below the carving is set the impression of a human hand. Instinct and intuition guide your hand to the door. The carving fits around it like a glove. Silently, the portal slides back to reveal your destiny, the Book of the Magna Kai. Set on a pedestal, the book lies open, its secrets revealed to your eyes alone. As you lift the sacred book, the sacred book, the very air throbs around the vibrations of the force locked within the sun gold cover. With a pounding heart, you close the book and hurry from the chamber. By the time you reach the foothills of the Konishi, hang on. Yes, I know. The epic is gone now. We don't need that. Well, let's just keep it. Why not? It's not like I have anything else going right now. By the time you reach the foothills of the Koneshi, Baindon has successfully completed his mission. He and Tapasa are waiting for you. As they see you appear, clutching the Book of the Magna Kai, they can barely contain their excitement. This night of triumph, says Baindon jubilantly, will herald a new dawn for the hope of Summerland. The Kai are reborn. The quest is now over. You have found the Book of the Magna Kai and freed Magnamon from the shadow of the Dark Lord Hakan. But for you, Kai Master Lone Wolf, the story has only just begun. Your destiny lies along the path of the Grand Masters. To learn their secrets and to attempt the first exciting quest of the Magna Kai, begin your journey in the Book 6, entitled The Kingdoms of Terror. Alright guys, wow. So that was the finale of the Kai Saga. Now on to the Magna Kai. The Magna Kai Saga is probably my favorite of the 3 sagas because it's one huge quest to restore the Kai Order. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. I will get part 1 of Book 6 uploaded right after these so we can start voting because, man, do we have some things to debate on. Alright, I'll see you guys.